baik tu dia jadi mereka tahu रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Good evening, Fiji. In the news, inter-island vessels collide. Only 4 active cases of COVID-19 and 39 in court for breaching restrictions.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The captains of the 2 inter-island vessels have been suspended after a collision off the Nambawalu jetty in Vanuatu yesterday. Transport Minister Fayaz Koya confirmed to FBC News that an investigation is now underway after the Lomaiviti Princess 8 and the MV Ohana were filmed in violation of numerous maritime laws. Sainiani Boiler reports.
This video taken by a passenger on the MV Ohana shows just how close the 2 vessels came.
The operators have actually also been informed by email and letter. So it's a very serious matter. That's why MSAF has actually done something about it immediately. So as it stands right now, the 2 captains are suspended until further investigation.
The incident occurred at about midday yesterday on approach to the Nambawalu jetty. The captains of the Lomaiviti Princess 8 and the MV Ohana racing to be the first to get their vessels to port. The owners of the 2 vessels are blaming each other for the altercation.
LP8 was given permission to enter in by the MSF's surveyor, marine checker in Nambawalu. Simone was the marine checker. No? But it is ridiculous for a captain for Ohana to do that. So that I think so MSF has come out serious, and this is not a first incident that happened like this.
Gounder shipping just cut in and hit our vessel, which we have been telling and complaining to MSF with all emails from last week or before last week. They have been literally operating in our time at night, which is 10 p.m. to 12 midnight.
There were 35 passengers on board the Lomaiviti Princess 8, while 140 people were on board the MV Ohana when the incident happened. The shipping industry has been known to be competitive, but there's never been video evidence of what happens between vessels competing for the same route. Sainiani Boiler, FBC News.
2 more COVID-19 patients have recovered, with only 4 cases now active in Fiji. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama confirms cases 16 and 17 have now recovered, meaning Fiji has a 78% recovery rate. The active cases are patient 4 from Nandera, Nasinu, patient 6, the hairdresser from Suva, her child, and patient 18 from Ba, the last person to have tested positive to COVID-19. Bainimarama also confirms that the Muslim League estate in Suva and the Soso settlement outside Lambasa have completed their 28 days isolation period. The lockdowns imposed on these 2 communities have now been lifted. 39 people appeared in a special sitting of the Suva Magistrates Court this morning for alleged social gathering breaches. 21 of the accused are juveniles. All are charged with 1 count each of not complying with orders. It is alleged that the 39 defied social gathering restrictions by playing touch rugby in Lami last Thursday. They have been bailed at $200 each, and their case will be recalled on the 27th of July. A man is in custody at the Vunindawa police station for an alleged murder at Nangara village, Waima Naitasiri, yesterday. It is believed the suspect stabbed his 28-year-old wife after a heated argument. Meanwhile, Rakiraki police are investigating the alleged rape of a 2-year-old at the victim's village on Thursday. It is believed that the victim was playing outside her home when the incident occurred. Investigations are trying to establish the identity of the suspect. Another 59 people were arrested over the last 24 hours for alleged COVID-19 breaches. 42 arrests were due to breach of curfew, 10 were sports-related, and 7 for failing to adhere to social distancing restrictions. The Southern Division recorded 31 arrests, 21 for breach of curfew and 10 for sports. The West recorded 14 breaches of curfew, the North recorded 3, while the Eastern Division had 2 cases. The Central Division had 9 arrests, 2 for curfew breaches and 7 for failing to adhere to social distancing restrictions. 7 people were arrested under the Stinson Parade Bridge, allegedly breaching social distancing measures. Fiji has recorded 791 cases of dengue fever so far this year. The Health Ministry says the constant rain has seen a rise in dengue cases, especially in the northern and central divisions. Koroi Tandulala reports.
Although there are more than 700 cases of dengue fever, Health Minister Dr. Ithiremi Wangainambete is confident that prevention measures are working.
The numbers that we have in Fiji at the moment are currently lower than we've ever had before, but to us, within government and also the Ministry of Health, we continue to be concerned about these numbers. Last year we had more than 3,000 dengue cases.
Dengue, of course, is spread by mosses, which thrive in the pools of still water that gather after a storm. Dump out any containers that have gathered water and flip over ties in your yard.
Dr. Wangainambete adds the Wolbachia program and dengue fever awareness for the past 2 years have seen decreases in overall dengue fever cases. The ministry is also putting more effort into ensuring Fijians are safe from leptospirosis, which has claimed 7 lives so far.
So with leptospirosis, we look at it's carried in the animals such as cows and rats and dogs, and when they urinate and somebody actually comes into contact with them, they can get leptospirosis.
Fever, body aches, headache, and joint pain are all signs of infection. So please, visit your nearest health clinic if you're feeling unwell.
Fijians are reminded that they must clean their compounds and communities to prevent any disease outbreaks. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
A family whose house is sitting on the edge of a hill that slipped on Wednesday will be relocated. Minister for Housing Pramila Kumar visited Mbalambala Crescent in Newtown, Nasinu yesterday, where the landslide occurred. Kumar has had the family moved to a community hall, given the possibility of their home collapsing should it continue to rain. Engineers found the initial lot was bought in 2004 with a safe slope cut on the hillside. But when it was resold in 2016, another cut was made to reclaim around 5 meters of land. The family will be accommodated at the Newtown Seventh-day Adventist Hall until their house is built at a safer location within the same settlement. Up ahead, ensuring safe environment for returning workers, and UN assists in TC Harrell recovery.
Pula natang ko aprosan ngarse, go erkraki. Do televizyon na barong na Radio Fiji 1 nandom ibit.
Radio Fiji 1 nandom.
Roads around Fiji, which were already in a poor state, have been made worse by 3 tropical cyclones and prolonged heavy rain for the past 5 months. The Fiji Roads Authority says this has laid waste to much of the work by contractors to fix the damage. Koroi Tandulala reports.
The Fiji Roads Authority says excessive rainwater on road surfaces and saturation of the soil has caused road slips and massive damage to the road infrastructure.
Damage to the road has been exacerbated. The accelerated deterioration of the road is increasing because of the amount of water that's on the road. When you've got a brand new road, the water and the rainfall doesn't really affect it. But when you've got a deteriorated road in the first place, then it deteriorates even faster.
According to FRA, all their programs have been affected because they have to divert funds to repairs and rehabilitation, and 2020 has been one of the worst experiences.
And the other problem we have right now is that the amount of debris floating down some of the rivers is starting to impact upon our crossings and bridges, so they're now becoming vulnerable as well. This last 4 months has been an absolute disaster for our plans for the future development of the infrastructure.
Moore says the continuous heavy rain is also taking a toll on the FRA personnel and contractors, some of whom are operating 24/7 to keep roads open for traffic. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
As the pressure mounts on countries to ease their lockdown restrictions, the Fijian government is trying to ensure that the workplaces are safe for returning employees. The International Labour Organization estimates as many as 25 million people could become unemployed globally, with the loss of income estimated at US $3.4 trillion. Kritika Kumar reports.
As Fiji responds to the threat of the global pandemic, the ILO office in Suva says the pandemic has demonstrated the importance of investing in the public health care.
The COVID-19 has demonstrated is the importance of focusing on a human approach to the future of work. This includes opportunities for productive work with fair wage, social protection for workers and their families.
The Employment Ministry with the ILO is conducting a survey to determine the number of employees affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The figures are a bit not sure at this point in time, because we want to give exact figures, and that can only come after we have completed our survey. But definitely we are carrying out this survey, and it is important for us to have this data.
Kumar says they have been assured that companies that have sent workers home will take them back once the situation improves.
And we are going to follow up with that. It's not that we'll just forget about it. No. Our officers will follow on those understanding on the basis that the staffs or the workers have been sent home.
The Ministry of Employment is investigating certain employers who have reduced hourly rates to lessen the impact of the pandemic. The minister warns that reduced hourly rates is an offence and it will not be taken lightly. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The United Nations Emergency Relief Coordinator has allocated US $1 million to support life-saving humanitarian relief in Fiji post-TC Harold. The fund has been released from the Central Emergency Response Fund's Rapid Response Window. UN Resident Coordinator Sanaka Samarasina says they want to support the national efforts to restore livelihoods and self-reliance by re-establishing food security. He says they are working closely with the National Disaster Management Office.
We have been in close collaboration with the government of Fiji and other partners, decided that these funds should be allocated in some of the priority areas in the context of the response to Cyclone Harold, and these include shelter, food security, water and sanitation.
Turning overseas, the situation is desperate and dire in Brazil. The country is even struggling to bury more than 5,000 who have died, and their president's response was, so what? In sports after the break, Eugene Vollmer focused on Olympic dreams, and Warriors given the green light to fly to Australia.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Olympic hopeful Eugene Vollmer describes the postponement of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games as a blessing in disguise. Vollmer, a Pacific Games triple jump gold medalist, says his Olympic dream was clouded when he suffered a toe injury earlier this year. However, the postponement of the Games means he has time to recover, train and strive to make his Olympic dream a reality.
I couldn't wear shoes, closed shoes, so training was out of the question. I could not stand up for long because when the blood would rush down, and I started becoming doubtful of my chances of trying to qualify for the Olympics.
Fiji's welterweight boxer Winston Hill remains optimistic of a more positive boxing future after failing to qualify for the Tokyo Olympic Games. Hill failed to make the cut for his second Olympic appearance, losing in the qualifiers in Jordan. The 26-year-old was joined by fellow boxer Chonen Davule and says they will both now focus on helping upcoming boxers.
This isn't the end of the road for us. There's still many other opportunities where we can use our experience and everything that we know to help other upcoming boxers in Fiji. Using this gym to train up fighters and help them on their journey to becoming successful boxers, regionally and within the country.
Fiji swimmers are keeping their Olympic hopes alive regardless of the postponement of one of the key qualifying events to the Tokyo Games. The Oceania Swimming Championship was to be held from June 15th to the 21st, but has been deferred with no new clear date as yet. Tale Matarukula with the story.
Qualifying for the Olympic Games won't be easy, but national swimmer Netani Ross is putting in the hard yards.
Having lack of facilities now, I guess I'm just grateful that there's a pool here and there's the ocean where we can train. And just keeping up with training is that difficult nowadays. It's by yourself and trying to discipline yourself into getting up and doing the work that you need to do.
Like other athletes, the 19-year-old looks to earn his place in the Olympics by merit.
Heading toward the qualifiers of Olympics I'm trying to qualify with the time. That's an aim. That's an aim for like majority of the swimmers here. I'm pretty sure for other athletes also. Just trying to make Olympics with the time. And
with swimmers having to meet the FINA A and B qualifying time standards, Fiji Swimming President Ben Rover is advising swimmers to be more realistic.
So what we're trying to do with our swimmers is to tell them, look, be realistic, target for, like B, and then obviously you go for the A because, those times are pretty tough and challenging. Eh?
Other swimmers vying for the Olympics include Taichi Vakasama, Epeli Rambua, Tema Fayali Maiwai, Moana Wind, Matili Romo, Cheyenne Rover, and Yolani Blake. Fiji Swimming have also been allocated 2 quota spots towards the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games. Talima Terkula, FBC Sports.
The New Zealand Warriors have been cleared to travel to Australia to be part of the NRL. Looking to resume the rest of its season, the English Premier League has stepped on board, holding talks for possible game resumption scenarios. And in weather, some showers were experienced over parts of the country. Taking a look at the map, looking to the west, mostly clear conditions with some cloudy conditions. And eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, some sunny weather mixed in with the rain. Brief showers are forecast for the evening. And up north, mainly fine conditions. At sea, a strong wind warning remains in force for Lau waters, Korosi, Vatuira and Kandavu passages, and southwest Viti level waters. Turning to the tides, low tide is at 8:17 this evening with high tide at 2:30 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 6:21. Now for tomorrow's cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. And our further outlook, we're looking on to Monday. It's fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Recapping the main stories for tonight, 2 inter-island vessels collide off Nambawalu jetty. 2 more COVID-19 patients recover. And 39 appear in court for breaching restrictions. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Our poll question this week we're asking, is the timing right to relax the curfew hours and resumption of domestic sea and air travel? Be sure to visit our FBC website to answer. And you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News, our Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News this evening. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bula, I'm Miri, I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.